Hi ho, it's off to work we go. Today I'm sharing high quality, affordable workwear that will look great on you this summer. Hello and welcome to today's video. My name is Kay and this is Dress for My Day. My goal every Wednesday is to help the woman, especially the woman over 50, to get dressed for your day in a way that feels stylish, it is authentic to your personal style, it works for your real lifestyle, but it also helps you to feel polished and pulled together. So today we're talking workwear, but don't go anywhere if you don't work. Stay with me because I think these are some classic essentials that every woman really should have in her closet, at least one or two of them. We're talking workwear that is specifically geared to summer, and these are pieces that you're going to look great in. You're also going to feel comfortable. You're going to feel seasonal. You're going to feel appropriately dressed for work, but you're really going to look stunning. I can't wait to show you the outfits I've put together, and like I said, I think they're going to work for so much more than work. Today's video is sponsored by Quince, and I love working with them because they do believe that everyone should have in their closet those high quality pieces but at an affordable price. They truly believe that luxury can elevate your style and your lifestyle, but you ought to be able to have those sorts of pieces affordably without breaking the bank. I also like that they prioritize sustainability. So you're going to find sustainability woven throughout this brand. But I have really enjoyed accumulating a number of Quince pieces and adding them to my closet, and today I'll be showing you several that are perfect for the working woman, but really, like I said, you're going to want these in your closet also for things like church, that occasional conference that you might attend, a meeting at a club or something where you need to dress up a little bit. You know, even as a woman who normally works from a home office, I do attend conferences once or twice a year, and I like to wear a suit when I do that. And so that's where we're going to start today, is with a linen suit. Perfect for summer. You really can't go wrong with a suit, even if perhaps your workplace, your work environment is not especially strict or requiring a traditional wardrobe. I still think it's just so smart to have a suit because you can break it down, and you're going to see me do that today. You know, many people are now returning to work after that year we won't talk about. Isn't it funny that it's taken this long? But I know just this year, both my son and my son-in-law work at major corporations that are just now fully returning all their employees back to the office. Not only that, but in the past year or two, we have experienced a resurgence of dressing up a little bit more. While at one time it was, of course, quite fashionable and okay to be wearing your joggers and your t-shirts and things like that, now we really are looking to spec up a little bit more. Go back to wearing something that's really pulled together and polished. So let's take a look at this suit that I've put together with separates from Quince. Now, each of these things, of course, are purchased separately, but I am wearing two suit pieces that I am wearing simply with a few things in my closet. You will see a few tops and, of course, shoes that I am wearing just from my closet, but I really want to focus on these high-quality linen pieces from Quince. These are a full-length trouser in 100% European linen from Quince. They feel amazing. They are so soft. These are in that beautiful flax color, so very natural. And hey, guess what, ladies? These are even lined. They're lined in a beautiful cotton, which is so unusual these days to find pants lined in a fine, silky, soft cotton that's going to keep you cool all day long as you wear them. They really move with you as you move, as you sit, as you bend over, all those things. You don't feel like they're lined, but you know they are, and it gives you that security. Of course, these have a zipper, button, and fasten closure. They do have elastic in the back, and they have belt loops so that you can easily wear a belt and really pull this look together, make it look more polished. You know, I think cognac accessories are just so smart, and I have worn a cognac belt, cognac heels, because I'm carrying this really smart cognac leather satchel, also from Quince. This is a beautiful tote that really, it fits my computer even. I have a full-size laptop that works in here really nicely, fits down in that zipper compartment right there in the middle of the tote. It also has 3 other nicely sized, very accessible little pockets that are perfect for things like your sunglasses, your reading glasses, your cell phone. And I don't think I showed it in any of the video footage, but on the bottom of this tote, you do have those nice little knobs, those little feet. So this tote sits nice, doesn't hit the ground or hit the floor or hit the table bare, but those little feet protect it, and it stays upright even with my computer. It's, nicely situated here in the middle of the tote, so I really love it. So let me just go ahead and mention that Quince has a lot of great, beautiful accessories in really fine leather. They, of course, have, clutches, they have satchels, they have crossbodies, and they have totes like this in other colors too. For this first look with this suit, I just wore a white t-shirt, and Quince does have a variety of t-shirts. Mine is not from there, but they have a lot for you to choose from, and I'll link you some below. Of course, everything is linked below in the description box, but I'm also going to try to use the YouTube links up here so that you can see them if you want to. If those annoy you, you can just X out of them and you can use the links below in my description box just as well. Here I have worn a suit jacket in that same flax color of linen. It fits so nicely. It fits true to size. I am wearing a medium in the jacket, and it really works nicely. I had originally ordered a large and it was way too big. So go with your true size here. It worked really nicely for me. I did size up in their pants. I've just found that I need to in their pants. To get a nice fit, I need to size up. Now, all 3 of the pants I'm going to show you are just a touch roomy on me, but I would much rather my work trousers, church trousers, dressy trousers, whatever you want to call them, to be a little roomy rather than too tight. And boy, these just feel so good. You can notice that these are not, like I said, they're full length and they are a little long on me. I am wearing a good 2-inch heel, I believe, with these, and I even have them pulled up on my waist a little bit. But you could, of course, have these taken up very easily, even with the lining, because it's not attached. It's just barely attached, with the thread at the bottom. So it's not going to get in the way. You could easily take these up. Now we are going to deconstruct that look, but first we're just going to swap out that blazer for a trending vest. This is one of those beautiful linen vests. You actually, of course, could wear it by itself, I think. Now I have to tell you though, I went with my true size here, and this one is a little roomy on me, especially for work. I decided it just really probably wasn't appropriate. The way it was hanging, it was a little gapey in under the arms, so I decided it really probably wouldn't work for work to wear it by itself. And so instead, I'm wearing it with a t-shirt under it and then unbuttoned. I think if you're going to wear it over a t-shirt, or even you could do it also over a button-up shirt, I do think you want to just go ahead and leave the vest open, wear you a belt underneath to really pull that look together. Of course, you could also wear that vest with jeans. You could wear it with some white linen pants. You could wear it with some white linen shorts, a skirt. There are just so many great ways you could wear a trending vest this summer. Now we're going to deconstruct that suit a little bit. This time I am wearing a white button-up shirt from Quince. So this is, I've worn it before, in fact, on the video. I think I wore it with just some white, more casual elasticized waistband linen pants, also from Quince. I think I'll see if I can pull that video up here just real quick, just to see how you can even bring this from a different part of your wardrobe, that more casual part of your wardrobe, pair it with some dressier pants like this. It does have that deep hemline, but I was still able to tuck it all in my pants really nicely to get that really pulled together look. Added a belt, wore those cognac shoes again, and I just really love this look. So I kind of think that this is the kind of combination that would work in many work environments, such as a teacher, maybe somebody in retail. If you're behind a counter most of the day, you don't need a jacket, you don't need a vest, you don't need that third piece. This 1-2 combination is just so spot on. It looks soft and summery, but it also feels very pulled together and polished. The good news is that Quince has these same pieces in multiple colors, of course. So now I'm going to pull in a pair of black linen pants. These are the same pants, but in black. So they're that nice full-length trouser. They have the button, the zip, the snap and everything. They have the belt loop, so I can add a belt. And here I've just added a pretty silk blouse, once again from my closet. But I do believe that Quince also has some pretty silk blouses, so you could duplicate this look from pieces just from Quince or using things in your closet. But really, a pair of black linen pants is one of my favorite things to own for the summer. If you don't add anything else to your closet, I would definitely have a pair of black linen pants. They can just be that pair of pants that you can dress up with a silk blouse like this. You can also dress them down with a graphic t-shirt or maybe something in a plaid or a stripe and add some sneakers. So there are so many ways you could wear these pants, but definitely they are spot on for work or some kind of a conference or a meeting where you need to look a little bit more polished. But here is another fun way to wear those black pants that I think is really appropriate for work. And here I've added, this is that same, it's a black top, button-up shirt, linen, 100% European linen from Quince, the same one as the white shirt that I just showed you. So this time though, I took the belt off of the pants, I left the shirt untucked. It gives you that little matching set look that is so on trend right now, but you add a low heel, a block heel like I've done here. It keeps that corporate look or that, that work environment look. I just think this is so polished and pulled together, but really still has that summery vibe since the shirt is left out, has that deep hem on that shirt. It's a button up, a nice collared shirt, just so fresh and so great for summer. Of course, you could do the same thing with the flax. You could do the same thing with the navy that I'm about to show you too. But before we move on, I want to also highlight the fact that Quince has some beautiful high quality jewelry. Now they do have, I guess you would say, like everyday jewelry that is really nice. They have a large selection to choose from, but I have a couple of pieces of their fine jewelry that I really love wearing. The first one I want to draw your attention to is this little garnet and diamond necklace. So their semi-precious stone necklaces are just so beautiful. They also have earrings, I think, and rings, bracelets. I've just added this in with another fine gold necklace that I have. I do also have on their little diamond, pave diamond huggies, but you can't see them, and those are bought individually. I doubt you can see them. I'll show them to you real quick here. They're just really tiny little hoops I always wear on my second hole in my ears here, and I just keep them there all the time. I kind of jiggle with them, move them, make sure they don't get stuck, you know how that goes, but they just work perfectly with everything else I wear. They kind of solved that problem of what to wear in your second hole and they just really work for me, and they work nicely with everything I wear. So be sure to check out Quince's jewelry collection. I think you'll find some really beautiful things to add to your collection, but also they make really great gifts. And now let's check out the third set that I got from Quince, and that is what I'm wearing today. These are their navy pieces. Once again, they come separately. Up first, we have their full-length trouser. It's a nice wide leg, full-length, straight leg. Has those belt loops, the zip, the button, the closure, all that sort of stuff. So just, oh, and they do have pockets too. They're nice, nice pockets in the front. Really just a great pant. And I've paired them this time once again with that matching blazer. And underneath, I've just worn a navy and white striped t-shirt, once again just from my closet. But here I wanted to point out that if you like to wear a print to work, and especially if you have a more conservative work environment, the print that will always do you well and you'll never go wrong with is a stripe. So I love adding stripes to maybe a business trip or a conference. When I go to a conference, that is just my t-shirt of choice to add to a suit. Now, by the way, you probably noticed that both times I wore a suit, I wore a t-shirt. And honestly, unless your environment is, like you're an attorney and you're going to court or something, I think the most modern way to wear your suits right now really is with a simple t-shirt underneath. It just looks really, I don't know, kind of pared back and effortless, so it makes you look like you're not trying too hard, you're not too fussy. It's a very gentle look, very easy on the eyes, and that's what I really recommend. If you want to wear two suit pieces, that jacket and the pants, or even the vest and the pants, I think the best bet is to go with just a classic t-shirt in either a nice solid or a stripe like this one. So those are my work outfit suggestions for summer. I love linen for work, and these pieces are substantial enough and so soft that they are very wearable, by the way. Yes, you are going to have to press them when they first arrive. I just don't have a problem with ironing at all. I actually kind of enjoy it. It's kind of cathartic for me. But after that, you're going to be able to wear them very easily. They may attain a few soft wrinkles as the day goes on, but that just doesn't bother me. You probably also noticed that I'm rolled up the cuffs of my sleeves. That is actually very modern way to wear your jacket right now, is just to roll that cuff up. Another option would be to just scrunch those sleeves up, push them up, up towards your upper arm, and just leave them up there. If you can get them to stay that way, that works very nicely too. But showing a little bit of wrist is just a nice look, and that full length sleeve with that blazer, those full length pants can start looking a little too much, especially for summer. So I highly recommend you go ahead and just roll those sleeves up. Kind of gives you that summer work look anyhow. I just think it's really smart. So be sure to check out these pieces below. Like I said, I've got links below in the description box. Just click on the title of today's video. It will open up the description box, but then you may need to click on the word more after you read a little bit, and then that really opens up all of the links. But I'm also going to give you some links here, some YouTube links. You can just shop those as well. I want to make it convenient for you. Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. If you've not already done so, be sure to subscribe to my channel. It's absolutely free. I upload videos every Wednesday for the woman over 50. Give me a thumbs up on your way out, ladies, and I'll see you again next Wednesday. Bye now.